I'm on TV. Welcome to a bit of company chat. Let's start the show.
Bit of company and a chat. A bit of company and a chat. Bit of company and a chat. What's better than that?
Hey Camerado, you're tuned in to a bit of company chat, and this is the one where we're all alongside each other. Please join us in welcoming to the screen today's host, Maff.
Hello! How lovely to see you. How are you today, people of planet Earth? Joining me for a cuppa. I'm afraid you've caught me in my home clothes. You know what lockdown's like, right? This old thing. Yes, I'm the guest host today, Maff Potts. Thank you for letting me do this. And this is a bit of company chat, which is brought to you by Flexitol, a moisturizing foot cream. No, it's not. It's brought to you by Camerados, the Camerados movement, and the wonderful people at People's Voice Media, because today you'll be hearing people's voices from across the UK, from behind closed doors, trapped in lockdown as we all are with this pandemic, telling it like it is. No podiums, no politicians, just people's voices. And today's episode is all about being alongside each other, about isolation and connection. But that sounds depressing. So we don't try and make things depressing because it's bad enough as it is. At Camerados, we like to invite you into the living room. We have things called public living rooms, which the movement run in their own neighborhoods. It's comfy chairs, it's fairy lights. You can't see mine because it's daylight. It's an open fire, maybe. This is my living room. I thought we'd sit by the fireside. There might be a piano. And it's about being more human. There's no forms, no needs and a risk assessment. And if you want to be a Camerado, you don't have to fill in a form. Just go to our website, find out about these principles which help people be human and stop us behaving like a dick. And, just dive in. But don't listen to pale, stale and male me. Listen to these people. Here's a 45-second clip about the Camerados movement.
Good morning, Camerado.
Good morning, Paula.
How you doing?
Good.
People have that ability inside themselves to sort their own lives out. And I think what Camerados does, it gives people that human space to do that, and to do that together where everybody helps each other.
We are Camerados.
Hey, aren't they lovely people? I do have to give a quick name check to the music in that clip, which was provided for free by the fantastic band Black Honey. We're big fans of theirs and they're big fans of ours. So thanks, Black Honey. So what are we talking about today? So I feel like Tony Hart. Do you remember? Hello. I want the Vision On music. La da 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 da. So proud of myself right now. So we're talking, yes, about being alongside each other. And my co-host for today is someone who knows all about that because she's been alongside me for quite a while now in the Camerados movement. There's lots of people who are new to Camerados popping in and out and stuff, but there's some people who've been here from almost the beginning. And this is someone who has got my back and I've got hers. We have a principle in Camerados, which is, when times are tough and you see somebody struggling, instead of helping them, ask them to help you. Gives them a big sense of purpose and gives them a connection with you. And that's what this person did for me, and I hope I do it for her. And she's a bit of a legend, and she smokes like a chimney and has a mouth like a sailor. She is the wonderful Paula.
Hello. Thanks for that, Maff.
Yeah, did I big you up enough? I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
That's a very fetching dressing gown you've got on there.
Oh, I thought I'd be a wizard. Do you want to see my wizardry?
Woo! I should have done the music. It's Dumbledore. But you don't live in Hogwarts, do you? Please tell the world, Paula, where your personal Hogwarts is. Where do you live, love?
I live in Abingdon in Oxfordshire.
In Abingdon, in Oxfordshire. And today we're talking about this whole thing that the pandemic's done to us, which is kind of keep us away from everyone. Tell us a little bit about your experience, mate.
Well, I had a letter, my first letter of being told to shield nearly a year ago now. And I've had about 10 more letters since then. Son
Really?
got to stay in, can't do anything, can't even go out for me exercise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really naff and I'm bored.
Shield, like agents of Shield. Basically, they were writing to you to ask you to be a superhero. Is that, have I got that wrong?
No, not at all.
Shielding. You know what
They
shielding?
were asking me to just sit here on my ass doing nothing.
That's what they want you to do. I've been waiting for a letter like that all my life. No, but that sounds pretty miserable, actually, doesn't it? You know, you just basically cannot see anyone. It's enforced, isn't it? Horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you felt really cut off?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Every day I think, God, it's the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
And I mean, normally you love your telly, don't you?
Yeah, but there's only a certain amount of telly you can watch, Maff.
Yeah.
We're still doing the old colour by numbers.
Oh, yeah. You're amazing at that.
Yeah. But yeah, TV's
that-
boring now.
Yeah. You do amazing colour by numbers. I've seen them. But
I've sent you a few, and
yeah, how do you do them? Is it on like an iPad or something? Or?
I just got a tablet and I downloaded the app, Colour Me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Shield makes me think of something we're going to ask everybody who's watching to do, which is tell us words like that, which we call wonky words. It might be in the office, we call it something else, but it's basically when the world is being a complete wonker. I think you get the idea. So send us your wonky words like Shield, and we'll be mentioning them in the show. But there have been some nice things. Something nice happened during lockdown, didn't it, Paula?
Oh, it did. So my little Joey was born. My first grandchild.
Tell us about Joey then.
Oh, so he's nearly 8 months now.
Hey.
He's got 2 bottom front teeth coming through.
Oh.
So I'm not nanny or granny or anything. I'm nappy.
Tell us the story behind that then. Go on.
So I got Joey a welcome to the wall card from funkypigeon.com.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I sent it. And Laura phoned me a few days later. It's going, that's your new name. I said, what? So where I had put, love you so much, Nanny loves you so much, it come out, Nappy loves you so much. So I'm Nappy now, but it's a unique name. So
yeah, there's not many nappies out there, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Yeah. You know what that is? That's bloody predictive text again, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I wanted to blame Funky Pigeon, but I thought, well, I can't really.
No. It's a bit like when I used to send little words to people. I used to say fist pump, but predictive text changed it to goat pump. So every time I met these people, they used to come up to me and go, goat pump instead of fist pump. So Joey's your grandson.
Yep.
And you did manage to be in a bubble with Joey for a little bit. You've got to see him and have a cuddle.
Yeah. But I'm not in their bubble. This was when we could do anything again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saw him a few times, but I see him every day on Facebook video time, yeah. And today he just ignored me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he'd rather look at the TV stand than talk to Nappy.
Oh, he doesn't want his nappy. I have to say, it's a bit cruel not being able to give him a cuddle at the moment.
I know.
As there must be grandparents all over the country like you thinking, heartbroken they can't give their little grandkids a cuddle. You did go during one of the things that wasn't locked down. You went to see your daughter on her birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, so Amy's in uni at Chichester.
Yeah, I'm just going to stoke the fire.
Anyway, so it was sort of like lockdown, but it was an essential journey.
Of course it was.
So I had got Amy a cake made.
Oh, aye.
So I went and picked it up. I picked up Laura. And we drove to Chichester to Amy's friend's house where she was staying.
Yeah.
And I had arranged it with one of her mates. So anyway, we got there, took the cake out, knocked on the door, and her friend Kat opened it, which she didn't know what we were doing. And I started singing Happy Birthday, and she shut the door in my face.
You're
so
kidding.
then about 10 seconds later, she opened the door again, and Amy was in the corner, so I started singing Happy Birthday again. Amy was crying, I was crying. But
you could. You go in.
Like, yeah, we went in to the back garden, and it started raining. So I sat there for half an hour, getting wet, because I wanted to talk to my Amy.
Yeah.
And then we went home.
Oh, you see, that's the weird thing. Birthdays are weird. They're in back gardens and on doorsteps, and you don't actually. God, it's a weird time for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you made her a nice cake though? You'd ordered one.
I got one specially made for her. It was really nice.
Oh, beautiful.
She enjoyed it.
Well, anybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or anything, if you've done anything to make this a little bit less crappy and a little bit more tolerable, tell us about it. We're calling it a bit of action, something you can do to connect with others. You don't have to take a multi-tiered cake to someone's doorstep like extravagant Paula. But if you've done anything or got any ideas, stick it in the chat. We're now going to go and hear from someone who, like Paula, she likes lounging around in a dressing gown, like a socialite or an heiress. And roll VT.
Then we all go.
I've been feeling weird, I've been feeling like I've gone crazy. I've been feeling weird, I've been feeling like I've gone crazy. I've been feeling weird, I've been feeling like I've gone crazy.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm chuffed to bits. The music that was over that clip was written by a young lad in my street, Paula.
Was it?
Yeah, a guy called Jan. He's 18 years old. He's been doing his nut locked indoors. And so he started recording and writing his own music. And that one's, it's been driving me crazy. And isn't that great?
Yeah, wicked, bless him.
Yeah,
He's got a bit of talent.
Yeah, a bit of talent. Nice one. But talking of people with talent, we're now going to hear from someone who, in camarados, we don't believe in fixing. It's a big part of being a camarado. We don't fix each other. We don't get up in each other's faces. But we do get alongside each other and share a bit of our wisdom over a cup of tea. So today we're going to get alongside a wonderful woman called Sally.
Aunt Sally's words of wisdom.
Oh, I know, I'm really sorry, but yeah, can I ring you back in 5 minutes? I promise, 5 minutes and I'll ring you back. Oh, it's another lockdown. The kids are still at home and we're still trying to keep them focused. And we're cooking and we're cleaning and we're still ironing. But amongst all this chaos, People are feeling quite isolated. Well, I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to reduce isolation. Tip number 1. Why don't you write to an old friend that you haven't seen or heard from in a long time? It'll make them feel less isolated too. And it does make me feel less isolated. Give it a go.
What's this? A card? Oh, that's really nice. I haven't heard from her for a long time.
Tip number 2. Why not pick up the phone and ring an old friend as well? It's great to chat along to someone you haven't spoken to for a long time. I just went down my phone book and did a mystery point, and it was great. I'm now speaking to a girlfriend that I haven't seen since school, and that was a long time ago. How are you doing? Long time no see. Tip number 3. Recommend a series or a film to your best friend. This is the one my friend recommended to me, and I can't get enough of it. I'm absolutely addicted. Married at First Sight Australia, along with most of the population. Tip number 4. Connect with somebody via a video link. There's Zoom and Skype and Jeans and Teams. It's not as difficult as you think, and someone will always help you. And it really does make you feel connected and reduce that feeling of loneliness. But can I give you a tip? Go into video settings and put enhance your appearance on. It really, really irons out those wrinkles. And it's really taking years off me. Hi Isaac, nice to see you. Been a long time.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Aunt Sally's words of wisdom.
Thank you, Sally. Splendid. I haven't written a letter for years. How about you, Paula?
No, I do every other one that she mentioned, bar the writing of a letter. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I don't know anybody's addresses unless it's my dad's.
Oh. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? We don't do that anymore. I've got an address book, but then I always lose the address book, and then I'm a bit done. But yeah, I think we should write more letters. Actually, it's a lovely thing to get a letter. So I'm gonna, you know what? Thank you, Sally. I'm gonna commit to that. As for the TV watching, have you watched anything particularly good in lockdown?
I watched The Bay.
The Bay.
The new series. I watched all that. I'm just watching. I think it's a sin or something on BBC One.
Oh, I've heard that's brilliant. Russell T Davies. I've heard that's fantastic. Yeah.
So I've only started the first episode, but
yeah, I fancy that. I fancy watching that. I haven't. We've got a comment there from Haley. Hello, everybody. By the way, please keep your comments coming. Haley says she loves Married at First Sight. That's not really a program about people who get married without knowing each other, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I love it. So I video called my sister-in-law and I said, Chris, you got to watch it, and she's addicted as well.
Why is it?
Yeah, they don't. It's just because it works for some people, but most people it don't. And then you see things that one wife's going to somebody else's husband, and it's just wicked.
So it's a television. It's a television program where we get to watch other people's marriages disintegrate. Sounds like fun.
It's wicked. It really is.
Well, it does sound quite literally wicked. Yeah. Yeah. All right then. Okay. Well, I might give it a go. Please tell us in the chat anything else you've watched. That's brilliant. I've got to say I was addicted to the Queen's Gambit, which I loved. But some comments have been coming in. People saying I look a little bit like. Oh, I can't even play it.
James Bond.
Thank you very much. Yeah, well, you know, in answer to another question in the comments from Cal, yeah, you're quite right, mate. The bottom half is pajamas and woolly socks. So I'm keeping a tradition going. Catherine, who hosted the first episode, was looking beautiful on top, and she had a pajama bottom. So I've got my pajama bottoms on, and I'm going to let you into a secret. I wasn't going to tell you this. These are my wife's pajamas. Hey! So,
have you not got any pajamas, Maff?
I do, but they're in the wash. So I nabbed these ones. But I have to say, I am a massive James Bond fan, so I'm very, very happy at that comparison. Maybe tell us who your favorite James Bond is. I'm particularly a fan of Roger, I have to say. Do you have a favorite one, Paula?
I've never watched them because they're boring.
I'm afraid we have to end this broadcast now because Paula hasn't seen a Bond film. Anyway.
I haven't seen a Bond film. I haven't watched any Harry Potters. Nothing. Don't interest me.
But you're
the Matrix, nothing like that.
Good grief. It's all just too lowbrow for you, eh? Right, okay. We are going to have to interrupt this essential banter with some wonderful people. So this is what's coming up next.
Help me explore just how much I love him and how important he is to me.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
he was talking about me, Maff.
Oh, really?
Come on now.
I love that. That was someone saying lockdown has shown me just how much I love someone. Isn't that a lovely thing? That's very nice. All getting a bit soppy now. We're going to hear from some other people because we've been working with this fantastic organization who are great friends of ours, People's Voice Media, and they've been helping us gather stories from up and down the country and all over the world, people zooming in and telling us what life is like for them. And this is one of the big reasons we're doing this broadcast, is making a TV show that puts those voices front and center. So let's hear from them.
I feel like it would have been nice had there been, or maybe I just didn't know. I didn't know whether there was sometimes when you're feeling a little bit down or when you're getting a little bit anxious, like who to turn to or who to talk to and share these sort of, because everybody else around me was also just guessing like myself that, what is going to happen tomorrow? The cases have gone up. What's happening next? And, I'm feeling a little bit down now. What am I supposed to do? Who do I talk to? And then, I think it would have been nice had I known that there are places or organizations that provide this sort of information, which I didn't have. And I think I would have done, I'm sure there are loads of organizations out there. It's just that maybe I didn't even try and look for them and then just kept everything to myself.
I think camaradas as well. I knew about it, but I didn't know about, going to spoon rooms, my first experience of it. And I remember inviting a friend to come, and he sent me a message at the first spoon room and he said, "I'm in tears. It just feels like the most amazing space to be. Thank you for inviting me." And it's always a worry. You never know if people will understand what it feels like to have that connection. But connection really is magic. And I think, spoon rooms was brilliant for me. Just that safe space, not work, not supervision, not having to guard my thoughts, just be able to say what I wanted and be accepted. It's amazing.
I was closing my eyes and these tears were just falling out my face. So I just had to kind of run up, leave the camera, go and get some tissues. And it just didn't stop. It all just came pouring out. And I'll never forget the people on my first room. Every time I see them on spoon rooms, I'm like, "Oh my God, hi, how you doing?" yeah, you know, one of them was from Berlin, you know, and it's like, where are you going to get that? Not in Essex, not in Thurrock, definitely. No. And it was just, yeah. And without anyone trying to fix you or they're there or, you know, we thought about this or, oh, you know, we're all in the same boat, you know, just be happy that you're not X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was absolute lifeline, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to be involved with something that were helping people that were scared in the same way that I felt initially. People didn't want to go out, didn't want to do things. We were able to make sure that they were okay, check in with them, make sure they were eating properly.
Yeah. So it helped to have that kind of shared experience really with people.
Absolutely, it was kind of, I felt like I understood what they were going through, and I didn't have somebody coming knocking on my door to make sure I was okay, although I did have people contacting me. People did comment on the fact that ours were the only face that they saw from day to day and week to week. We were the only contact they had with the outside world. So it was nice to be able to be that person for somebody.
That was lovely to hear from those folk, wasn't it, Paula?
Yeah, I need that lady's jumper.
Oh, it's what, the big heart on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lovely. I think she's from Dover. Fantastic camarados down in in just north of Dover, actually, a little town. They've got a public living room, and isn't that funny? She was the only person some people would see. I'm sure that's the same for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We're seeing in the comments that people are saying that one word that isn't a wonky word is connection. Everyone's talking about connection there, and I was chuffed to bits to hear a couple of those stories mention Camarado Spoon Room. You've got a lot out of that, haven't you?
Oh, I love my spoon rooms. I really do. But should I tell you something that I did?
Yeah, go on.
Near enough in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anybody on Spoon Room bar you, Jenny, Helen. Anyway, so I went into a breakout room with Ruth Jackson and Ian.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I was really down. I was in tears. Anyway, I said to Ruth, I'll survive. Anyway, we started singing I Will Survive. So when we came back into the actual Spoon Room, we got everyone to sing I Will Survive with us. So yeah, I loved that. But I've made so many friends.
Have you?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, Ruth checks on me every day. Bless her.
That's lovely.
So yeah.
Yeah, you've met quite well. We've all met a lot of people through Spoon Room that we didn't know a year ago, and I mean I've never actually seen their lower half. You know, and it's amazing. People who are now really kind of important in our movement. You know, we've never met them, and Ruth is definitely one of them. But I think haven't people, they've written you things and sent things in the post and stuff. It's a lovely thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So Ruth and Ian sent me a parcel for getting through lockdown, and I can't say this lady's name.
Go on, Kiara.
She sent me a lovely parcel from Berlin.
Oh man.
And but I loved it, but I had love hearts all over my home for about 3 weeks.
Oh really?
Yeah. We just read little love hearts. So yeah.
Oh, cracking. Well, Kiara's quite famous at our Spoon Room, because if anyone out there is watching, they fancy popping in on a Saturday morning, you're always welcome, 11 o'clock. And what tends to happen is this woman none of us know, which is what it's all about, strangers. She comes from Berlin, and she has a massive harp. And at the end of every Spoon Room, she plays us out with some beautiful music, or almost every Spoon Room when she's there. And it's absolutely just sets my weekend off. It's so beautiful to hear that. I have to stop at this point to say that David from Hackney has put in the comments that I look like Dean Martin dressed. What does he say? Maff Potts dressed as Dean Martin, dressed as Steve Davis. He means the snooker player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I love Steve Davis. How many times did Steve Davis win the World Championship? A few.
Yeah, I like snooker.
You watch a bit of snooker, do you?
Yeah.
I can imagine you being a whiz on the green bays, Paula. Okie dokie. So, has anybody got any bits of action? Because Camarados isn't a talking shop. We like to actually do stuff. We're not very good at writing things down or planning. We just do them on a Monday. We tend to cock them up on a Tuesday, try them again on a Wednesday, do them again on a Thursday, and that's how we run things. It's better to be doing than talking nonsense. So we need your ideas for bits of action. Has anybody got any? We've got one here. It's difficult to create spaces where people can be themselves. Yes. So when the pandemic's over, get in touch with us. We'd love to help you with public living rooms. But there's other people doing great stuff like that as well. There's some fantastic community folk creating spaces. I know that Andy in Middlesbrough, who I think is watching, he's taken over a space in the middle of Middlesbrough, which he's going to devote entirely to the community. There's going to be a lot of empty spaces in high streets, I'm afraid, because of the economy. So maybe communities can take him over. Any other bits of action? I'm not very good at reading comments and presenting at the same time, but let's have a look. More ways to laugh together. Yes, absolutely. Music. Yes. Although music's really hard on Zoom. I have to tell you, I was invited to a birthday party last night, Paula.
Were you?
I was.
You go?
I did, and it was on Zoom, and it was a karaoke, right? Now, I've got to tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of karaoke in the world. It sort of sounds like that to me most of the time. But you try Zoom karaoke. It's a new form of hell. And so we were doing One Direction songs on Zoom karaoke. Yeah.
Do you know what? I love karaoke. So back when I was pregnant with Laura, so we're talking 27 years now, I went to the pub one night and I got up and I sang karaoke. So I'm 6 months pregnant and I sing like a virgin. And everyone shouts, bullshit.
Oh, that's fantastic. Heavily pregnant at a karaoke evening. What song do you choose? Like a virgin.
It was either that or it's raining men.
Well, well, I think everybody could tell it obviously had been. Yeah, making whoopee would have been another one. There you go. Put in the comments song tunes Paula could sing whilst heavily pregnant. There's a good one. So talking of the comments, we're going to have a look at I'm getting a lot of hassle now about karaoke. I know it's fun. So yes, wonky words for wonkers. People who why are we obsessed by wonky words? Well, I'll tell you why. Because one of the things we do at Camarados is I'll be honest with you, we're trying to challenge the terribly over earnest robotic world of charity that sometimes turns people into things, Paula. We want people to feel human, and that's why we do daft things like this, and why we don't use wonky words. So I just wondered, do you have any, love?
Yep.
Go on,
Pull
then.
yourself together.
Oh yes, well of course, the things people say.
David Harrison's just put somewhere ovary the rainbow.
I'll have you know that I have known David Harrison for many, many years, and he is the king of song titles on any subject. So I think for about a year, all we did when we spoke to each other was come up with songs you could say in a curry house. So we had I'm gonna Rogan Josh that man right out of my hair. Papadum preach, all of that. Anyway, thank you, David. Yes, pregnant karaoke somewhere over with the rainbow. Ba-bum. Anyway, back to wonky words. Yes, I hate it when people say pull yourself together. I hate it when people say chill. If someone says, "Oh, just
chill and relax,"
yeah, what does that make you want to do?
Smack him in the face.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So not chill, really. But there's a world of wonky words in the charity sector. So it's things like service user that we had last week, needs assessment. People say, and then the other thing is, back in the days when I worked in homelessness, people used to talk about unlocking potential. Now, I've got to tell you, never in all my years running homeless hostels did I ever say to a fella who walked in the door, "Hey, Dave, do you want to unlock your potential today?" Yeah, that was a big one for me. Anyone else got any wonky words? I'm absolutely. Oh, yes, vulnerable. Someone says, absolutely. Let's replace vulnerable with valuable. See what I did there? So clever. Help. Yes. Oh, Carly says, frequent flyers in the healthcare system. Yes, frequent flyers. People who keep turning up at A&E and all that. Yeah. I hear you. I know
that was me back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Well, in 1 year I took about 250 overdoses, and sometimes I'd taken one, they'd let me home, and I'd taken another one and had to go back. So the JR, the A&E people that are still there from years ago, actually know me by my name. They don't. Do you know what I mean? So.
Blimey net, what a horrible time of your life.
Yeah.
That was
my
rough.
life's naff anyway, Maff. But you and the camaraderies brighten up my day.
Oh, bless you, love. Well, you brighten up ours.
Yeah, you do.
That's the whole deal. That's the whole deal.
I've always said, Maff, that camaraderies saved my life, and you did. All of you did.
Ah, come on. But that's very sweet of
No,
you.
serious.
Well, it's a mutual thing, right? Because you've been there for me, eh?
Yeah. I'm always there for anyone.
Yeah, it's a mutual thing, baby. Yeah. You and your dressing gown, me and my DJ. We're like we should have our own detective show, don't you think?
I'm a bit upset, Maff.
Why?
You were not in bow tie and your dinner jacket when I came on Christmas Day.
Oh man, we had a good Christmas Day. Yeah.
Did we?
I think you know what I'm thinking of, Paula. Just for anybody.
Oh yes.
Just for anybody watching, we may have done a little bit of Christmas twerking. What was the song we were dancing to, Paula?
Oh, Beyonce.
Single
ladies, isn't it?
Put a finger on it.
Oh, put a ring on it, not a finger on it.
Yes. I think we already have a finger on it, don't we? Yeah.
Have you had too many ports in that dinner jacket?
I think I have. It's lockdown. It's early day drinking is what we all do, isn't it? So before we do any more post-watershed banter, folks, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's my favorite part of the show. Here you go.
I'm also sort of just realized that how much stressed actually I've been through the period, which I wasn't aware of.
Hello. Hi. We are back, baby. Yay! Camarados are letting us back out to play for a bit of company chat. Can I come play too? Hey, sure.
It's sock puppet time. Yay. I'm getting a lot of stick for my put a finger on it gag, Paula.
I don't think it was a gag, was it really, Maff? It turned out good.
It turned out good. Yeah, I wasn't entirely intentional. You see, it's my knowledge of contemporary music. If it wasn't recorded pre-1950, I don't know it. Anyway, so we're now going to see a little bit from the puppets. I think I speak for everyone when I say there's just not enough puppetry in social justice. And thankfully, Camarados has heard that. And with the very talented Pip and Kat, the social justice puppeteers, we have produced a little film which brings to life and acts out some of your stories. Roll it.
Ooh, look at this. I'm on the television. I'm on TV. Ooh,
having another person around, it's actually made life a little bit bearable.
You look nice today, Wilson. I do too. Thank you. I was thinking about going for a walk later, Wilson. Do you want to come with me? I know it's cold. I can lend you a scarf. No? Really? You just want to sit here and have coffee again? Have I got to make the coffee again? I'll get the coffee. Wilson? Wilson? Wilson!
That was a bit of a sad one.
Poor Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. I felt like.
What did you do to Wilson?
Well, I think he shoved his hand up. Anyway.
Stop. Behave.
That was a little bit like Samuel Beckett waiting for Godot. I mean, I was a little bit moved by that. That was quite something. If you want to see more puppetry, we had a Christmas show. Did you see any of the Christmas shows, Paula?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a Christmas show presented by the wonderful Pip and Cat. So I think they're still available on YouTube. Go and check some of them out. Throughout December, we did that just to keep folk company, and the puppets featured large in that. So we are coming to the end of our time together.
Oh, please don't go. Maff, I can't cope. Don't go.
I can't cope without you, Paula. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Pull yourself together.
Well, yes. I won't keep. Yeah. Just chill. Yeah. God. Who are those people? So, thanks for spending time with us, everybody. I really appreciate it. Oh, some lovely stuff. Carly there saying that we've been blinding and that we've been a real pick-me-up. That's very, very nice of you, Carly. Thank you. Mwah, darling. Thank you very much. We've heard a lot today from people about, the pandemic has really dialed up the loneliness and the isolation. And here's the thing. I got to tell you that I know I'm just a guest presenter today, but Camarados has been my dream all my life. And one of the reasons is over 20 odd years, the common denominator with every tough time that anyone I've met, worked with, or whatever has been through, the common denominator has been they haven't got other people around them. Isolation. So the single biggest weapon in your arsenal to get through tough times is just go look out for someone else and be a camarada. Would you agree, my co-host?
I would agree, definitely.
It would have been a bit of a bugger if you'd said, no, that's absolutely.
Well, I thought I better be nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it makes a nice change, Paula. Thank you. Okay. I think it's very important to look out for each other, be a bit silly, be a bit human. And if there are anyone listening out there who works in the policy or system area and is watching this and thinking, I stepped out of an important meeting to watch this, maybe you could just listen a little bit to the folks who've been talking to you today. We would love you to involve folk more, listen more, maybe every now and then get out of their way. Because if the pandemic has shown us one thing, people need people, but people also find a way. We've found a way, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Stuff like this, looking through the screen at each other, sing-alongs on my street and stuff. So people find a way. So yeah, that's the big message really, is connect with others. And if you want to find out more about the movement, go and check out our website and just get stuck in. Might see you at a spoon room on a Saturday or Wednesday evening as well. And there are spoon rooms all over the world now, with one in Portuguese, one in German. I want to thank everyone who's been involved. Thank you, Paula.
My pleasure.
Sorry, love, I played the piano over you.
I said my pleasure. I hope you all keep safe.
Thank you, my love. And, I said my love. I sounded like a Radio 2 presenter there. Thank you, my love.
That's all right, my darling.
Oh, God, I may vomit. I just want to thank everybody behind the scenes. Thank you to Leon from People's Voice Media. Thank you to Selva. Thank you to Chris. It's Chris's birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
And beautiful voice. And thank you to Yvonne and Haley and all the people who've helped put this together. And Kat, Duncan Reese, if you're out there.
Yay!
We're going to go for the titles, but folks, I've been dying to tell you about this. A wonderful little story to finish on. So in one of our spoon rooms, we had a chap called Sam, a young lad, came along, he was a bit lonely, and he said he loved the Camarado's principle, which is it's all right to be a bit rubbish sometimes, to be a bit pants. So he said, why doesn't someone write a song about that? We need an anthem. So I went on Twitter and I said, okay, come on, world, somebody write a song. And we got an amazing response. We got a fellow who just taught himself to learn the piano. He only knew 4 chords and he came up with one. We had people writing lyrics. It was lovely. But then this fella, who's a professional musician, an amazing author, teacher, and a friend of mine, he wrote this most amazing song, Paula.
Really?
And, yeah, and it is going to play us out. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you watch the titles to the end, you'll see David Harrison playing the song for us in his house. But thank you so much for coming. And at 7 o'clock tonight, I will be joined by Sam Moon, and we'll do this all again. Sam Moon from Norwich. And if you can't make tonight, join us next Tuesday. But do you want to say goodbye, Paula?
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Thanks for coming.
Times we're all a little bit pants. A not so happy day when things don't go our way. And in between the rubber, the green, the roll of the dice, the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes, almost all the time, we're all a little bit pants. A tad under par, but that's who we are. And even finding rhymes is harder than you'd think. Sometimes we're all a little bit pants. A not so happy day when things don't go our way. And in between the rubber, the green, the roll of the dice, the way the cookie crumbles.